Hey everyone, welcome back to the Incredible India podcast series.
Great to be here.
I'm Tim, and alongside me is Debbie.
Hello.
Today we're doing a really captivating deep dive, actually.
We are, yes, into Gujarat this time.
Exactly. We got some brilliant material shared by one of you listeners, which is fantastic.
Always great to see what interests you all.
Definitely. So we're going to explore the Raani Ki Vaav Stepwell, the Modhera Sun Temple, and we'll also touch on Patola silk weaving.
3 really fascinating, distinct things from the region.
Yeah, and the goal isn't just to, list facts. We want to get into why these places matter, find some maybe surprising connections.
Unpack the significance, yeah.
Okay, so Debbie, let's start with our first marvel, Raani Ki Vaav, the Stepwell.
Right, Raani Ki Vaav. Well, first off, you need to know this isn't just some old well.
No, definitely not.
It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site that
Yeah.
tells you something straight away.
Huge deal.
And the design.
Yeah.
It's designed as an inverted temple. It goes down into the earth.
That image is incredible, an inverted temple.
Isn't it? And yeah, its main job was water storage, obviously crucial there.
Sure, practical need.
But calling it just water storage, that doesn't even begin to cover it.
Not at all.
It's probably the most extravagant, maybe the most elaborate water system built anywhere ever.
Extravagant is the word. The scale is just immense.
Totally. And think about those huge steps going down. They weren't just for getting water.
Right. It had another function.
Yeah, almost like a social space. A place for women, especially, to gather.
So like a community hub down in the cool of the well.
Exactly. Sharing stories, maybe festivals, just connecting. It was a vital social spot.
That adds such a different dimension. And it has this history, too, doesn't it? Built way back.
11th century, and it was built by a queen, Udayamati, in memory of her husband, King Bhimadeva I.
So a memorial, but also this incredibly functional, beautiful structure.
Yeah.
And a social center.
Precisely. It really pulls together essential needs water with commemoration and community life, especially for women in medieval times.
It's woven into the social fabric, then.
Absolutely.
And the craftsmanship, I saw it described as sheer poetry in stone.
Oh, that's a perfect description. It really is.
Very well.
Whoa, yeah. But the carvings, the detail, the sheer scale, it's breathtaking.
And there's a specific theme to the sculptures, right?
Yes, the central theme running through it is the Dashavatara, the 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu.
Ah, Vishnu.
Which, connects directly to the reverence for water in Hinduism. Water as a life giver, purifier.
Makes sense. And how many sculptures are we talking about?
Over 500 principal sculptures. Major Hindu deities carved right into the walls down 7 levels.
500, that's staggering. It's an underground art gallery and temple, not just a utility.
You got it. Okay, so from this amazing stepwell, let's move to another 11th century wonder nearby.
Right, dedicated to a different life-giving force.
Exactly. The Modhera Sun Temple.
Also 11th century.
Yes, also linked to the Solanki dynasty, built by Bhimadeva I, actually the same king the stepwell commemorates, around 1026 AD.
Okay. This one's dedicated to Surya, the sun god.
Correct. Right on the banks of the Pushpavati River. And what's immediately striking here is the astronomical precision.
Astronomical. In the architecture.
Yeah, it's built with incredible accuracy. It's located almost exactly on the Tropic of Cancer.
23.5 degrees latitude. Yeah.
And the design is such that on the summer solstice, the very first rays of the rising sun used to strike the main idol.
Wow. So it was deliberately aligned with the cosmos.
Absolutely. It speaks volumes about their understanding of astronomy and how they integrated it with faith.
What else about the design? I read something about a lotus shape.
Yes, the main temple structure evokes a lotus flower, and like the stepwell, it's covered in carvings.
More intricate work.
Oh, definitely. Depictions from the epics, the Mahabharata, Ramayana, scenes of life, dancers, musicians, even scenes from the Kama Sutra.
So a whole spectrum of life and mythology.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like a snapshot of the era carved in stone.
And there's a stepwell here too, isn't there? Surya Kund.
Yes. Right in front of the main temple complex is Surya Kund. It's a large rectangular stepped tank.
Similar to Raani Ki Vaav in function.
For ritual bathing, primarily, before worship. But it's unique because it has all these steps leading down, lined with small shrines.
How many?
Get this, 108 miniature shrines are carved into the steps around the tank.
108. That's a sacred number in Hinduism.
Exactly. So you have the grand temple aligned with the sun and this sacred pool with 108 shrines right there. It's quite a sight.
Incredible. Okay, so We've had these massive stone structures, one going down, one reaching up, both intricately carved. Let's shift gears completely.
Right, to something much more delicate but equally intricate.
Patola silk sarees. From Patan, near Raani.
Yes, Patola weaving. It's often called a step back in time, and honestly, that feels about right.
Why is that? Because it's an old technique.
Well, yes, it's ancient, but it's the process. It's incredibly intensive, almost unbelievably so.
How intensive are we talking?
Okay, so for one single Patola sari,
Yeah.
you typically need 4 weavers.
4 people?
Yes, working together for roughly 100 days.
100 days. For one sari.
I know, right? It puts fast fashion in perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's an incredible amount of human effort. Yeah. What makes it take so long?
It's the technique. It uses what's called double ikat.
Double ikat. Okay, break that down.
So ikat is a dyeing technique where you dye the threads before weaving. You basically tie off sections of the yarn so the dye can't penetrate them.
Okay, creating a pattern on the threads themselves.
Exactly. Now, in single ikat, either the warp threads, the lengthwise ones, or the weft threads, the crosswise ones, are dyed like this.
Right.
In double ikat, which is what Patola is famous for, both the warp and the weft threads are dyed with the pattern.
Both sets of threads. Before they even go on the loom.
Yes, which means the weaver has to line up these pre-dyed threads with absolute perfection, vertically and horizontally, to make the final pattern emerge during weaving.
That sounds mind-bendingly difficult. The planning involved.
It is. It's considered the most complex ikat style. One tiny misalignment and the pattern is off. The source we looked at called the process magical.
I can see why. The skill and foresight needed are just. Wow.
It's truly an art form passed down through generations.
Okay, so these amazing places, Raani, Modhera, and getting to see or learn about Patola weaving, this is something people can actually experience, right? Through a tour.
That's right. All these sites are typically covered in a guided day tour offered by a company called 5 Senses Tours, based out of Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad being the main hub nearby.
Exactly. The tour usually takes about 10 hours, all told.
A full day then.
Yep, and it's done in a private car, which is nice, with a professional guide.
Having a guide for places like this must make a huge difference.
Oh, absolutely. Someone who can, explain the history, the symbolism in the carvings, the social context of the stepwells, the details of the weaving. It brings it all to life.
Yeah, just looking isn't the same as understanding.
For sure. And the tour logistics seem pretty sorted. They do pick up and drop off from hotels in Ahmedabad.
In an air-conditioned car, crucial detail.
Definitely. And because it can be a private tour, you can go at your own pace, linger where you're most interested.
That flexibility is great. Does it include things like entrance fees?
Yep, entrance charges are included, and also a vegetarian Indian lunch, so it's quite comprehensive.
Sounds very convenient. Hassle-free.
And looking at the reviews, people seem to really love it. Lots of positive feedback.
What kind of things do they say?
People mention specific guides' names, like Anant, Malik, Umang, come up praising their knowledge, their storytelling, their passion.
That's always a sign of a good tour, when the guide makes it memorable.
Exactly. People talk about the seamless organization, how enriching the whole experience was culturally.
That's fantastic to hear. And it's good to know they support the local community, too.
Right. The company makes a point of employing local guides and using local vendors, which is a nice touch.
Definitely adds value.
So when you put it all together, you've got this incredible stepwell, this marvel of engineering and social history. Then the Sun Temple with its cosmic alignment and artistry, and then this glimpse into the sheer dedication of Patola weaving. It's quite a trio.
It really paints a picture of incredible skill, artistry, and, well, deep cultural meaning from centuries ago.
It does. Thinking about the convergence of women and water at the stepwells, the astronomy in the temple, the patience of the weavers. It's fascinating.
It really makes you pause and think about the effort, the ingenuity that went into these things back then. It's humbling, really.
Absolutely. And maybe a thought for you, listening. Which part grabs you the most?
Good question.
Is it the cleverness of the stepwell?
Yeah.
The sort of cosmic connection of the temple? Or the incredible painstaking craft of the silk?
Each one offers such a unique window onto the past. Well, hopefully this deep dive has definitely sparked some curiosity about Raani, Modhera, and Patola silk.
We hope so. They're truly worth exploring.
And if you are feeling inspired, if you want to see this for yourself, you can book that tour with 5 Senses Tours.
Right. How do people do that?
You can send an email to contact@5sensestours.com.
Okay, that's contact at the numeral 5sensestours.com.
Correct. Or you can call or send a WhatsApp message to +91 98456 77446.
Got it. +91 98456 77446.
Yep. We really do encourage you, if you get the chance, to explore these incredible sites, dive into the amazing heritage of Gujarat.
Absolutely. There's so much to discover.